Yo, it's definitely Clout Chaser TV, man. We back up in this thing again. You dig? Hey, man, we got to talk about it. These unfortunate events that's taking place today, man. RP a legend. And we got breaking news that his daughter, man, second to oldest, Gigi, was on that plane, man, on that helicopter. You know, it's a bad situation, man. But we gonna keep his wife, Vanessa, in our prayers, you know, as well as the rest of his family. You know what I mean? But right now we're gonna play audio before we get started. This is the crash dispatch call. We'll get that played. We'll get that played up for y'all in just a second.
Down crush involved 67s. Last purchase Red Mall on highway. Medical arm 173s. Control 67, please. Show it en route. Communications plan for the rush response in 67's area. Admin on blue 3. Man on LA County V5. Primary tag is V9 direct. Secondary tag V10 direct. Air to ground on LA County air to ground. Crew dozer U14 direct. Victory 130.7. 6-7 additional report being reported near Las Virgenes near Agora Road, possibly at construction site. Reported to be a copter down approximately 300 yards east of the intersectional units continuing to come up on LA County D5 for assignment. LA Quinn 145 at Willow Glen and Las Virgenes. We do have one copter approximately 300 yards east of this location. Have all units detailed command for assignment.
Man, that's crazy, right? Yeah, that is crazy, NBA. You know, this is a situation here, man. Like, it's something different, man. Then to know that not only did he lose his life today, right? But he had his dearest daughter on there, you know? That's crazy, man. It's crazy. A lot of people talking about the helicopter ride but it's not so much about him being on a helicopter. He been riding helicopters for years. Years going to games that way.
Small plane down crush involved 67s. Las Virgenes Road, Mulholland Highway. Medical arm 173s. Control 67, please. Show it en route. Communications plan for the rush response to the 67's area. Admin on blue 3. Man on LA County V5. Primary tag is V9 direct. Secondary tag V10 direct. Air to ground on LA County air to ground. Crew dozer U14 direct. Victory 130.7. 6-7 additional report being reported near Las Virgenes near Agora Road, possibly at construction site. Reported to be a copter down approximately 300 yards east of the intersectional units continuing to come up on LA County D5 for assignment. LA Quinn 145 at Willow Glen and Las Virgenes. We do have one copter approximately 300 yards east of this location. Have all units detailed command for assignment.
Yeah, this stuff is bugged out. It's real bugged out that Today on this Sunday, we lost a legend, man.
I'm trying to find it for you guys. They blocked the road off, but I do know it's in this vicinity just because I live over here. Um, but let me try to find it. I know you said you can see it on the freeway. I should have kept going, but it has to be over here because there's the helicopter. So I don't know who the other three people were because I'm outside trying to get this, but I do know his daughter did die. Um, but I'm gonna try to cut through this neighborhood. The plane crash was in Calabasas, literally. If you know where the exit is to go to Pepperdine, it's right over here. His daughter was on the plane, the pretty John. They're already outside with their Kobe Bryant gear on. This is extremely sad. I'm even walking up to the scene. That is so sad. Well, no, not the actual scene. I can't get that close because it was in the mountains. But you know, in this area, it's basically all mountains. But I'm gonna try to get as close as I can. I was maybe 10 minutes earlier. I know I would have been on the scene for sure. It's okay. I do know one of his daughters was killed. As far as Rick Fox, I cannot.
Rick Fox
I
is
will
not
not
dead.
confirm it if I can ask a police officer, but at least close to the scene to get the footage. And hopefully not. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier, man.
Yeah, I'm
Like
getting closer.
at the
Let's
end of
see
the
this.
day, I can only imagine, because they said the engine was sputtering before it even crashed. So yeah, he definitely knew that the plane was going down. You know what I mean? So just imagine the moments. And it's just sad, man. It's really a sad situation, man. For real, for real. Because like I just can't just imagine, being in that type of situation. And like I said, his prayers definitely going up to his family, man, and everybody involved. Right now, they got Gigi, which is his second to oldest. She was on the helicopter with him, and she's dead. And it's just shit, man. They still haven't confirmed the other three people, which is more than likely. One was the pilot. So, we getting a confirmation on the other two people. Rick Fox definitely wasn't there. Yeah, we can go live on here, fam. I can send you the link. Yeah, that's the link. If anybody wanna jump on right now and speak your piece and talk on the subject, the link is right there in the description. All you gotta do is click that link. It'll bring you right on the platform on the panel.
Please try.
212.
I did see a comedian walking along the sidewalk that's very well known, but I couldn't even think of his name to get him on camera. So I just smiled and said what's up together. Okay.
That's the link right there. You click that link. Click that link. You should be able to
Okay, I
come
do
right up on the platform.
see the fire truck. It has to have been right in this vicinity where all the helicopters are. It has to be right, you guys. They blocked the road off, but I do know it's in this vicinity just because I live over here. Um, but let me try to find it. I know you said you can see it on the free.
Hmm. Yeah, that's deep, MS. Yo, Corey King on the
What's good?
line.
What's up, beloved?
What's good, brother? How
Hey,
you
now, what's
doing,
up with
man?
you? How you?
Good, 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 man. Good. Man, how you feel about this whole situation, man, with Kobe Bryant, man, and his daughter being online, his daughter being up there and everything?
Facebook ain't under my name, so I'm not gonna get it through Facebook.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable. I can't believe, it was just wild. I was just talking about some of
You
the
ain't have an
Kobe
option to send
highlights,
it in a
and
text.
then I see that. You know what I mean?
Right,
You have
right.
an option, not Messenger. Do you have
No,
the
no
option
doubt.
to send it to? Oh wait, maybe that's
Yo,
it.
Kareem, hey, what's going on, brother?
What's
Salute,
good, Kareem?
salute,
What up?
peace
What
and
up? What up?
power.
What up?
Salute.
Salute, salute,
Salute,
man.
beloved.
Yeah, that's it. Hold on, let
So
me
you
come
see
back.
what's going on with the Kobe Bryant situation, man? Like his daughter being on that helicopter, you know,
Yeah,
him losing his life today, man, along with his daughter,
yeah,
it's
true
very,
indeed.
that's crazy.
Well, true indeed. Well, first of all, as always, I appreciate you having me on your platform. Definitely want to send out a shout and a salute to you and your viewers. Definitely want to send a deep, heartfelt condolences to the Bryant family. Um, I, being an elder, I watched this man from high school, you know, coming into the league. And I always appreciated how he handled himself on and off the court. Um, for us who always had dreams and aspirations of being professional
Hold on.
athletes or in the limelight, you know what I'm saying? He was definitely one to model yourself after, you know? I'm just shocked, you know? I can't even begin to start to process it because I had just put a post on Facebook in regards to him, his top plays just a week and a half ago, you know? I
Mm-hmm.
was really doing a side by side viewing of his greatest plays and MJ's greatest plays, you know, because I came up watching Julius Irving. You see what I'm saying? I was always a Philly fan. I was always a Doc fan. So by the time Jordan came through, um, you know, those were the people who I looked to on the court to see who was truly great. So, you know, by the time Kobe came in, he was a young kid
Right.
to me, you know, and I'm blown, really blown away by it. You know what I'm
Corey
saying?
King, when like when you
Yeah, I'm
first
here, beloved.
when you
Oh,
first
I see.
heard the news, what did you hear? What like how did you feel instantly? Like what was your first thoughts?
Um, I thought it was a lie. I thought somebody was pulling a R.I.P. Kobe prank.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Mm,
what I mean? And then I started seeing it on all the news flashes. And as a person I deal with, the actor helped me set companies up. She's always accurate with news. When she said, "Yo, Kobe passed away," I was like, "Wow!" Like, you know, I was just watching. I was just watching the highlight when they just came on the court and they threw the ball off the joint and Kobe caught it and put it back. He had to be about what he was like 18 when he came into the league. You
yeah,
know
Yep.
what I mean? That was like the first major dunk before we started seeing the Kobe show. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely, definitely. Oh, salute,
yeah.
salute, salute, salute to the General Kobe King. I see you.
Yeah, I shouted you out. I didn't think you hit me, Kareem. I shouted you out.
I see you. Salute, salute, family. Definitely, definitely. You
You
know,
already know.
my thing is in this era where we have a lot of these athletes, you know what I'm saying, doing a lot of craziness, um, a lot of selfish uh, positioning. You know, he was one who we always knew was a family man, was always with his family. You know what I'm saying? He was a husband, a father first. We never knew what kind of car he drive. We never knew how much jewelry he had. We never knew none of that. We always seen him a
Facts.
family man with his kids. And that's what's most important, that all of us as fathers, you know what I'm saying, need to make sure that that's what we lead with. Not only when we're in the workplace, but when we're in the street, you know, because that is what's important. Spending that time
That's a
to make
fact.
sure we're bringing up our children right. You did? Because, you know,
Absolutely.
we could use whatever philosophy or belief that we have, but it's going to be very, very difficult to try to make sense of it until we get all the information, whether it was, you know, faulty machinery or whether it was pilot error or anything. We can't process this shit right now. You did? But what we can do, you know, is make sure that we are in a position to be the best fathers and husbands that we can be. You know?
No
Yeah,
doubt.
I second that emotion for real, man. Even though I know it's like a stigma for black people, we always RIP and pull down our little liquor, whatever. But I just do one back from Kobe. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
we ain't gonna never get another Kobe as the same as Michael Jordan, the same as LeBron, the same as T Mac. Certain players, we're just not gonna ever get another Kobe back again. I mean,
No, no,
you
not one. And you know, I don't want to, you know, pull away from it and distracted, but he was who he was. He remained himself. He wasn't none of these new age
facts,
guys wearing the tight suits and carrying on and acting like he is not who he is. He represented himself as an athlete who was also a role model. You understand? It wasn't about the gaudiness.
facts,
It wasn't about, you know, who you seeing him with and staying in the tabloids for something negative. You did?
Yeah. And then it's like
facts. That's a
when
whole fact.
I think about Kobe though, I do think about like how people are portraying him now, and it's good that you know, they didn't come with the BS like they could have, you know, because a lot of times they were starting rumors about Kobe saying that he wasn't so easy to get along with. But now that, you know, we here today and we looking at history, we see that that's not true. We see that time after time he was humble, time after time he showed teamwork, and you know, and he was a community man. You know, he wasn't
Yeah,
just
but
for the
definitely,
Lakers, but the whole community wherever he was at. You know,
definitely. And, you know, people will say what they must in order to make themselves feel decent about, you know, not maximizing their potential while they played with him or while they was around him. You're gonna always have a naysayer or two. And that's for all of us. You know what I'm saying? For every 10, 15 people who love us, you know, you're gonna have two or three that just don't dig us for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? Whether they know us or not. You're not gonna ever have that full circle, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to somebody speaking good of you or being, you know, even engulfed in what your blessings are and what your personality is. Some people just don't get along. You understand? But when we're looking at the bigger picture of who he was, you know what I'm saying? Any team, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna have people who just on the other side of that, on the opposite side of the bench. You know, and I'm just glad that nobody is throwing that out there. You know, but that definitely isn't the time for it. You know, we know in 2020 that's always the case. You're gonna have somebody that say something reckless or print something reckless, you
right?
know, in order for them to get, you know, and big themselves up. But just like, you know, Corey King can attest to it, man. We had many days in them day rooms where we watched Kobe do his thing. You dig what I'm saying? And that was a distraction. That was a distraction for most of us. You know, this is why a lot of us feel that. You can feel it because you remember. I'm trying to remember when he came through draft day, like it was yesterday. Because when you taken away from that part of society, sports and music is all you really have, you know what I'm saying, to keep you kind of grounded. So we watched this dude as a kid, man. Most of us was there his whole career. So we know what it is, you know?
That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing, Kareem. Like, like in my head, I was just sitting here just now, whatever. You know, a couple of homies pulled up. Yo, so you can't believe it's a sad day. Yo, Kobe, this and that, whatever. And I heard them. I didn't really hear them. I was zoned out many days in the day room, came to be whatever at the sports TV, remembering
Mm-hmm.
the first Kobe Bryant Michael Jordan show off where Mike ganked him with the ball, banged on him. He came at the ball back in Mike's face and went behind his back on Mike. You know what I mean? Like,
No
you know what I mean?
doubt.
So it's crazy, man. Cause I was in jail most of Kobe's career. I mean, you know, when I came home, he was still balling, but it
Right.
wasn't it wasn't to the extent when he was when I was in jail and you hear about Kobe. I mean, who is Kobe? That's Jelly Bean Bryant and this and that. And I actually seen him play, and I seen him and cut Jordan. Boom! I said, oh, and
Out.
instantly became a Kobe fan. You know what I mean?
No doubt. No doubt. And
Yeah,
we could all recollect when he came to the Rucker. We all could remember where we was at watching that on TV. When he went uptown and
fact.
everybody was like, Kobe coming to the Rucker, not in the beginning of his career, not at the end, but in the middle of his prime. He coming to Rucker.
In his
No
prime, yeah.
security. You see what I'm saying? Coming to do his thing. And that
Fact.
again gave people a different perspective when you spoke on the man, because you got quite a few of them who never showed up to Rucker, never came up in there and got on that court and played and got the bumps and the lumps and elbows and all that and still did his thing. So, you know, there's a lot of different memories that people going to have when it comes to this individual. You know, but again, we always have to stress, man, that this was somebody's husband. He was somebody's father. He got sisters. You know what I'm saying? He was also, you know, a brother and a
Facts.
son. You did? So when we moving out, we have to keep that in the front when we walk it. That these are the same titles that we hold on to. We are fathers and sons. Some of us are grandfathers and brothers. So we know how to conduct ourselves better in the streets. You did? So when, you know, anybody comes to us for answers, we're prepared. to give them the proper guidance, because
So
this is deep, man. It's deep.
let me ask you guys this though. So like, both of you we all been fans of Kobe. Like, how would you express to someone that may be younger or something how to deal with this? Because this might hit. You got to realize that people go to school. Maybe watching his videos, trying to get like him. It's a lot
Hmm.
going on with emotion. So like with that being said, how do you think a fan, a younger fan could handle this? Like what type of advice you give them?
Well, you have to begin with um, definitely putting it into a perspective of, we all are born, so we all go through pain, we all go through suffering, anguish, but we also have joy, we also have good times. And we have to allow the children to speak those emotions through, you know. None of us going to have that solid answer as to why. That's going to be the main question for them. Why? You dig? Instead of us trying to concentrate and giving them a solid answer of why, let's speak through it. Ask them how do they feel. You know, what really is troubling them about what happened, and then we can start to feed off of what information that they may be asking us that we are able to provide for them and share in that empathy and that pain. A lot of people ask me about when my mother passed and how was I able to deal with that. You did, because that's painful for a lot of black men when they lose a parent. You know what I'm saying? A
Right.
brother, a loved one. How do you live with that? That pain and that emptiness doesn't go away. It just doesn't go away, but you begin to learn how to manage it and deal with it, you know? And that is what we have to do with the children. We have to help them to manage it, to go through it. We still have a mourning process we didn't deal with from slavery. You know what I'm saying? That's what keep a lot of us still mentally off balance. We haven't mourned. We don't have that time to mourn because we're continuously going through different things. We continuously under oppression, under this, trying to catch up the bills, trying to survive and stay alive. So we don't have that space to mourn. It's even harder for a child. So we
Yeah,
just
no
have to have
doubt.
conversations with them.
So how you feel about that, Corey Jean?
Basically, I agree with Kareem, but I want to say this right here, right? How much points he scored in his last game before he retired? What's that?
How
61 points. How much he scored in his last game? Like 60 points, 61 points. Very
61?
last
Yeah, I
game of
think
his
he was.
career,
Yeah.
like
Let me
61
see.
points, right? I would, I would take the youth to that moment and say, listen, under no circumstances did Kobe let the odds outweigh against him. He went out in his retirement at an all-time high to show people, listen, I'm not retiring because I don't have it no more. I'm retired because in my mind, I've accomplished all that I can accomplish, and now it's time for me to move on to full-time parenthood now. He said he wanted to now spend more time with his children and get into his family. So I would take them to that point. So listen, this is how Kobe went out. He went out, played the game, of course. He went out 61 points. His very last game, his retirement game, 61 points. But then he went on to do greater things. He made a few sound investments back within the community, even though it may not have necessarily been his community. He was trying to give back. He got a lot of achievements. So I would tell the youth, listen, don't let the example go to waste. Kobe, he was a gym rat. He lived in the gym. He always had to outdo himself. So I
Right.
would tell the youth, listen, don't be sad for him, but take his example as a testament or a stepping stone to you and yourself being great as well as the way Kobe did it. Kobe was a gym rat. He stayed in the gym all day, every day. You know what I'm saying? When you see him outside of him, how you saw him, properly attired. Even he was casual, he was properly attired. He was always well spoken, and you always saw him with his family and his children. You never see him in strip clubs. You never see him in none of that. So that's the example I would set for them. I wouldn't tell them, yo, you know what? What happened in life? People live, people die. I wouldn't go into none of that bag. This is my breakdown of Kobe Bryant. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just my personal school. It's my personal school of thought
Right.
that I'm gonna celebrate him for his greatness. I'm gonna celebrate him for the peace he made with himself before he retired, and he went out with a bang, man. He went out with a bang, man. Like scored 61 points. First, you know, first he scored 81 points. Then come back in the very last game of your career to score 61. Show that it's a strong possibility you may have been the GOAT, Kobe. And with that said, salute RIP. We lost a soldier. We lost a good one. You know?
Big facts.
Definitely, most definitely.
Yeah.
And he did a lot of other things too, personally, that we can commend him for. I mean, him and Shaq uh, definitely made amends. You know what I'm saying? They both
Fact.
spoke highly of each other and put all that to rest as well. You know what I'm saying? Examples that we all could, utilize when we dealing with each other as men as well.
In one of his last tweets, he had tweeted out about LeBron James, you know, beating that record, his record, and going into history with him. And he basically in that tweet was just saying how humble he was that someone can do it, and he was congratulating the man. It wasn't no
Mhm.
no bad anything, no type of bad
Yeah,
vibes, and I'm hearing that a lot. That's the type of dude Kobe was all day and every day, and I'm really that's good to hear, 'cause especially he died at 41 years old, man. That's young, man.
yeah, very young,
Facts.
very young. Very young, And like I said again, I always appreciate spending time with the soldiers and things. My phone is going off. Definitely got to get prepared for the week, But we're definitely gonna build on it, and we're gonna celebrate each other just like we celebrate Kobe. We're gonna salute each other, salute him. You know what I'm saying, and wish the best for his family and give him the strength to to move past the most hurtful portions of this and to continue being strong. All right?
Absolutely, man.
All right.
Salute.
All right.
Yes. Salute, team,
All
salute.
right. All right. Peace. Salute. Denver Cloud Chaser. When you get on your broadcast or whatever,
Yeah.
give me a call and we're gonna chop it up on a more personal level. All right, brother?
All right, brother. Salute.
All right. Salute. Peace. You know you already got my support, brother. You got my vote. I mean, salute.
Appreciate you. Yeah, so that we had some check in. That was Corey King. 212. Y'all definitely go follow Corey King. Y'all search him on YouTube. Good brother, as well as Kareem Bay. They both have messages all throughout their content, and definitely want to support them. But basically, they came up and they spoke the piece on how they felt about the whole situation with Kobe Bryant passing so young, man, 41. You know, being on that plane, and I can only imagine. Well, it's just hard to just think about that. The plane, the helicopter was sputtering, the engine was sputtering, so they felt it shaking. They knew in his mind, he knew like, damn, I got my daughter with me, and this thing about to go down. That right there, man, that breaks my heart, man. Honestly, you feel me? Just to think about that thought. No, it's definitely sad, bro. It's sad. Kill Bill had a character named Black Mamba. Yeah, yeah. RP to Kobe and everyone on board, man. Yeah, man, it's just sad. It's sad. It's one of them situations where you think on it and you like, damn, I'm a millionaire in Vegas and I never fly helicopter or private. Commercial only. It's tough. Yeah. See, like, and that's the thing too. Some people was talking about like, not really having your kids on a casual helicopter ride, and I guess from his standpoint, Kobe Bryant has been known to use helicopters since the 90s. So they probably grew up using helicopters, getting from point A to point B, you know what I mean? Like from, they said he used to go from Malibu to the Staples Center, you know, he'll go from Malibu to the Staples Center and he used to do this all the time. So what I'm saying is I don't think that he in his mind he would have ever thought that something like that could happen. But with that being said, we do need to use these type of things as an example, even though this is a tragedy and this happened and it's something that's bad. It's definitely bad, but we definitely need to use this as maybe to show other people maybe that's not the way. Maybe when it comes to you know, doing certain things and moving a certain way, we always want to be safe as possible, and it's just crazy. I was just on the plane the other day with my son. I have a young daughter playing ball. I can't imagine. Yeah. Cosmology Bay is very sad. Mike from Boston, peace, fam. Bad Vab, salute, fam. Yeah, it's just one of them situations, man. It's like I really don't have the answer. I don't think nobody really gonna have a direct answer. Like even when I asked the guys that was just up here, we had Corey King and Kareem Bay up here. I mean Kareem Johnson. I'm sorry, Kareem Johnson. And we had Kareem Johnson up here and Corey King, and I asked them the question: what do you tell the youth who's watching this story unfold, who's been, watching Kobe all their life with their father or they kinfolk, watching Kobe all their life? And this is a hitter. This is a hit from home. Kobe not only inspired people from all around the world, but he definitely inspired people here on our soil. So we're gonna have teenagers, we're gonna have, preteens, etc. That's gonna be coming back and forth and giving us, hey, what y'all think about this? Like why it had to happen to Kobe? Kobe was only 41. Why his daughter was on that plane? Yo, it's gonna be a lot of these whys. But like the guy said earlier, they said we should not really focus on the why, but focus on more so of what Kobe Bryant was trying to put down, how he was humble, how like even going out his last game, scoring 61 points, him being a hero of a hero of the community. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of things that we can talk about when it comes to Kobe Bryant. You know what I mean? Yeah, you can't question God's vision. Yeah, and that's a fact. Like my granny used to say all the time. She used to be like, and she died young. She died at 52 years old. And my granny used to tell me though, like it's crazy because it's like she almost knew that time was coming. And she'd be like, yo, don't cry when I die. You know what I'm saying? Like God's taking me in early. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't cry about me because I'm leaving this helpful place early. So, it's different things that you can think of when like this type of situation happens. But like I said, like really it just stunned me is just that, this helicopter sputtering, the engine going bad, and it's about to crash. And you looking at your daughter or you hugging your daughter and these your last words, you know what I mean? That shit is like terrible, fam. Eric, yeah, this is crazy. Yeah, 13-year-old gone. Exactly. She's only 30. His daughter's only 13 years old. 13 years old, man. 13 years old. So, it's just crazy. Yo, Cosmologist, you want to come up here and talk about it? go to link. People gonna put the link back up there. If you want to say your piece and talk about it, the link, this link right here. If you click this link, you'll be right on our platform. Yeah, see, that's what I asked the guys that was just up here as well. Is like, what did they when they first heard that news? How did they feel instantly? You know, and that's the same. You know, I just want to get that from the people. Like, how did you feel? Like me personally, I felt that it was a rumor. It was bad. You know. Yeah, is it on? I think the press conference supposed to start at 2, right? Let me see. Yo, peace, brother, peace.
Peace, peace. Yeah, I see myself now. Peace. How you feeling?
Good, man. Good, man. Yeah. So, how did
Yeah,
you feel about this, brother? Like, what was like first? What was actually when you first heard the news? What went through your brain, and how did you process it?
oh man. Actually, I was working. At the time, I had got the news. Someone had texted me, and then I had went on YouTube. I said, I know it's going to be on YouTube. So I seen somebody's channel, and the name was actually spelled wrong. So I thought it was like some type of joke. I went to Google, and I seen it on all major, sports outlets. So I mean, really, my heart dropped. You know what I'm saying? And everything that he did just flashed right across my face. You know, all of the greatness. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, man. I'm looking for the press conference as well. King T, salute, fam.
Def, you there?
Yeah.
All right, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, my wife was cooking, so I ran downstairs real quick. I apologize. Yeah, but everything just flashed across my face. I felt real bad, and I thought about his children, and I thought about his wife, and because I have a daughter, and I think about certain things. And growing up without a parent, especially your father, is devastating, man. It's definitely devastating, and people that grew up without one of their parents or both, they can attest to that. So I thought about his children, and I thought about his wife, and like I said before, I didn't want to go into any conspiracy theories or anything like that because I feel like it's kind of disrespectful a little bit when you just assume and you try to put that fake news out there. But I felt really bad, man. So I condolences to his family, and you could probably hear it on my voice a little bit, man. But it
Nah,
really hit
definitely.
it really hit me because the brother's a hero to many. So when you hear stuff like this, it gets a lot of people down. Now, some people give up after this. So I just tell everyone, love your peoples while they're here. Try to educate them, give them love. And that's really, one of the things that we can only do, man. Love each other and, let's bring each other up right, man. So I just want to send a message out to the brothers. They're beefing and everything right now, but just try to love your brothers, man, while they're here, because if you wake up tomorrow and you find out one is gone, man, it's gonna kill you, man.
Yeah, no doubt, man. So like when it comes down to the youth though, man, like the youth that's watching Kobe all their life and they growing up seeing Kobe, they in school they probably using his footage, if they play football, basketball or whatever, and
Yeah,
him just being an athlete but an all around community leader, and with
yeah,
that type of title, it's gonna come with the youth what they don't know what to do. Right now they probably like because they're older people that's grieving, but
yeah,
is it time? Like, is the youth really getting the attention that they need? And what do you tell them in this time, especially when like their parents might be grieving? You know what I
yeah.
mean?
I tell the youth, I'll say just carry the torch, man. You know, continue to carry the torch. Do similar things that Kobe did, whether it's talking to the youth, fundraisers, just like people who look up to Nipsey Hussle. I say the best way to keep his name alive is just to do what he did. Of course, we can't be the same as the next person, but I'll say do similar things and follow the blueprint. You know, follow the blueprint.
No, no doubt. It's definitely a blueprint out there, and he definitely gave us a
Um,
lot to do.
we could learn from a lot of these people. When I look at Kobe, he was very humble. You know, he was very humble. I mean, his smile captivated you. He sent out positive energy. We all been through our mishaps. We all have did things that we wasn't proud of, made mistakes. But when you look at him, you look at his family. You felt a certain type of energy that they were very loved. And they were just regular people. And so I say, you know, just follow the blueprint, look at some of the things Kobe did, man, and try to match it, and just keep it going. Keep it going. You know.
That's good advice. Definitely good advice.
Yeah, absolutely. But it definitely hit me hard. I was a Kobe fan. When Kobe died, I don't know why I thought of Michael Jordan, but you know, it's just you start thinking of people. You know, when somebody goes just like that, you start thinking of yourself. You start thinking of your family members. Like I said, I have a daughter that's 7 years old, so I thought of my daughter. I have a son that's 19. So you think about these things, but you know, we just learn from these situations. But we should get closer as a people and get closer to your family. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely. Absolutely. You got to get closer to your family. Like during these times, that's one of the things that like you got to take from this is like we got to love one another, and especially
Yeah.
family. Like the 13 years old, 41 years old. You know, in this
Um,
world we call life, they'll be considered babies. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's just a sad situation. Me myself, I don't like planes and helicopters and all of that, but it's just a sad situation. And like somebody said earlier, you know, when it's your time to go, it's your time to go. But like you said, him just knowing that this helicopter is going down, it's kind of like, you know, like you having your child in the pool and you know you're about to drown. Oh man, it's just devastating. But I hope him and his daughter you know, travel to the ancestral realm properly. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, for all the people that's into the spiritual, you know, usher them to the other side, right? You know what I mean? So they're ancestors now. They're with the ancestors now.
Right. Absolutely.
Word.
Yeah, man. It's just one of them situations where they're getting ready for the press conference now.
Okay. Wow, man. Yeah, so this should just be a wake up call for a lot of people. And like I said, man, get close to your brothers and your sisters, and let's just kill the drama, man. This should be one reason for us to kill the drama and get closer together. Because tomorrow's not promised, man. The next 10 minutes is not promised, man. When I go outside, sometimes you know I think of these things. When my wife goes to work, man, I think of these things. Is she gonna come back in the house? I mean, you know, you got to think of these things. So I always say, give people positive words, give them positive energy, man. Make people want to live, and look over your brothers, man. Be your brother keeper, be your sister's keeper. Let's look over each other and make sure we're traveling right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, man. That's like I said, that's some of the best advice you can give people. Is
Yeah,
that right there. Especially in this time. Maple scissor salute, fam.
yeah.
Blessings
Because
there,
you got
bro.
to remember, yeah, you got to remember everyone has different feelings about Kobe. You know, like somebody was saying, oh, everybody want to post pictures of Kobe. I mean, I just did one video and probably post one pic, but you got to remember that he was a hero to a lot of people. So a lot of people are attracted to this man emotionally, mentally. So when I see people grieving Kobe, man, I'm like, yo, you know what I mean? You got to let them grieve in peace, man. You know what I mean?
That's a big fact. Cause like even like I'm watching early, I was watching the news out there in LA. These people been covering him since the 90s. Some of these
Wow.
same people been still on the same news people. You know how it go. They be on air for years.
Yeah,
So if they
that's right.
study constantly covering this person, they start to build some sort of relationship. And you even heard like how they trying to explain different things, and at the end of the
Yeah.
day, they couldn't even talk. But look, we got the press conference on. Let's see what they gotta say.
Okay, absolutely.
Let me check that out.
All right.
Can you hear it?
No, I can't hear it. No.
Okay.
Do I tap out, and maybe do I gotta mute my voice
Yeah,
or
mute
something?
yours real quick. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
15 pieces of apparatus and 56 personnel that consisted of paramedics, engine company, heavy rescue, truck company, hand crews, an aircraft, and a chief officer to oversee the incident. Upon arrival during the incident and upon arrival of the Sheriff's Department, our two respective departments entered into unified command to handle this incident. Our firefighters on scene indicated that there was a debris field and steep terrain with a quarter-acre brush fire that was occurring at the time. Our firefighters hiked in to the accident site with their medical equipment and hose lines to extinguish the stubborn fire, as it included the brush fire, debris from the helicopter, and the fire also included magnesium, which is very hard for our firefighters to extinguish because magnesium reacts with oxygen and water. In addition to our firefighters hiking into the incident, we had one helicopter flying to the incident with firefighter paramedics on board. Those paramedics were hoisted down to the incident early into the incident. They did a search of the area for survivors. Unfortunately, all the survivors on board were determined to have been perished. Firefighters and hand crews worked to extinguish the fire while carefully preserving the incident for investigation. Currently, the investigation is still ongoing. I would like to turn this over to my sheriff to continue the press briefing.
Thank you, Chief Osby. Personnel from Los Angeles Sheriff's Station responded to the scene of the crash site and assisted the fire department, and we've established a containment area, and now our Aero Bureau has a handle on traffic or aircraft accidents. However, when there's a fatality, then it switches to the National Transportation Safety Bureau, the NTSB, and the Federal Aviation Administration, the FAA. FAA is already on scene and assisting. We're waiting the arrival of the coroner's office to assist in the recovery of the remains. As the chief indicated, there were no survivors. We have a manifest that indicates that there was 9 people on board the aircraft, the pilot plus 8 individuals. There is wide speculation of who the identities are. However, it would be entirely inappropriate right now to identify anyone by name until the coroner has made the identification through their very deliberative process, and they've made notifications to next of kin. And it'd be extremely disrespectful to understand that your loved one was perished and you learn about it from TMZ. That is just wholly inappropriate. So we're not going to be going there.
Wow.
And we're assisting the families of those who believe there have been.
They said they found out about it through TMZ.
It's a tough process. And our hope goes out to all of the members that were on board, all the family of everyone who was on board this aircraft, and God bless their souls. So at this point in time, we have nothing that we can add until the coroner does their job, and we'll be making those notifications when we have the information and we know the next of kin have been notified. Then we can release the information publicly, and you'll be notified in subsequent announcements.
Sheriff, there's one thing that we confirmed. Do we have a confirmation actually of 9 bodies there at the scene?
That is our belief, yes.
9 bodies.
So we realize at this point there are so many questions. There's a lot of information out there, and again, we understand. There's a lot of information that's floating, but we certainly have a responsibility and an obligation out of respect, of course, for the families. And this is a very difficult time for us all, for the city. We have the mayor here of Calabasas, also city council. We thank them for being here. And in fact, they wanted to pass pass on a message that for those in the community that want to gather here and are coming to Calabasas, if you do, you are welcome to join others at the Deanza Park here in Calabasas, and the cross streets there are Lost Hills and Las Virgenes. Also, the Sheriff's Information Bureau will be sending out updates as to when there will be, if there is one, a press advisory out, a notification of another press conference or any other updates through our Twitter. So please look for that. And again, we thank you so much for being here today. And again, thank you for your time.
Sheriff, just a question quickly on sealing off the area.
What you've been listening to is the Sheriff of Elk County, Mr. Villanueva, talking about the crash this morning, a Sikorsky helicopter in Calabasas containing the 9 people now, which I think was a bit of a surprise. I'm Rick Chambers, along with Courtney Friel, Glenn Walker. We're out here covering our continued coverage of the crash that killed Kobe this morning. And I think it was a bit of a shock to everybody at that news conference that there were, at first we thought it was just 5 or 6. Yeah. Now we're up to 9, the pilot and 8 others. And we've heard that Kobe, of course, was on that helicopter. We're also hearing that his 13-year-old daughter, Gigi, was on there as well. They were going to a 2 o'clock game at the Mamba complex over there in Thousand Oaks. And there was heavy fog this morning. Mm-hmm. We don't know if that's directly what caused this crash, but certainly the conditions were not as good as you would like.
The NTSB is now on scene, and we are awaiting the coroner to arrive as well. Kind of limited information, though, on what the 2 officials were giving us, and unfortunately, they didn't want to answer any questions, but they're obviously sensitive to the family members who have possibly not yet been notified that their loved ones died. And he even mentioned TMZ. And
yeah, he mentioned TMZ
too. I hope that Kobe's wife Vanessa and other family members didn't find out the news that way as well. And when I got a text from someone with a screen grab of the news today, people asking, is this true? Is this true? I immediately went to TMZ and the site was crashed. So I thought that this was a hoax because it looked like the site had maybe been hacked and that had been released. Oh, you know what? I think Osby is coming back for questions now.
We got a call before 10 o'clock, about 9:47, that it came in as a helicopter down and a small brush fire. Our firefighters arrived on scene to a small brush fire, and there was a aircraft down. The ground firefighters had to hike into the incident. The firefighter paramedics from the helicopter hoisted down to do an investigation of the crash scene, and there are no survivors.
What were the
weather
conditions?
I don't know.
Who made the call?
There are no survivors.
We know
who made the call.
There's no survivors. It's under investigation, and that's all that we can say.
Do we know when, because the identity of the 9 people on board outside of Kobe have not been revealed, will we know when the autopsy results will be revealed so that we can know?
The coroner can speak to that upon the review of the autopsy.
Do you know who made the call? Who made the call that the helicopter was down?
That I don't know.
Who called 911?
That I don't know.
Who's piloting the helicopter?
I don't know.
Mr. Bryan had a helicopter license.
I don't know. We really conclude. I just wanted to reiterate what I said because they said it wasn't clear. I'm not going to speak anything else that the sheriff can answer because it's under investigation.
Why was it so difficult to put out the fire truck? Briefly about the component. Why was that difficult?
I talked earlier about the helicopter that had magnesium on the helicopter, and magnesium reacts to water and oxygen when it's burning. So it took an additional amount of time for our firefighters to extinguish the fire.
What time did they return the body?
What time did the beginning of the fire that you put out? How long did it take?
The 911 call came in at 9:47. It took approximately 8 minutes for us to arrive on the scene, and then approximately another hour for everything to be extinguished.
What time did they get to the helicopter itself?
8 minutes later.
I'm just repeating myself. Is that the fact of the matter is that our paramedics did a search, and there were no survivors.
Chief, I know you can't get too much into specifics on this, but a question. How wide is the debris field in the area that we're talking about the investigators are going to have to look at, and how are they going to be able to seal off that area to make sure nobody gets in?
The brush fire was 1/4 acre, and that's about the size of the debris field, from my understanding. I can't speak to that. I know the sheriff's spoken and hopefully you can understand the sensitivity of the next of kin being notified, and we need to make appropriate notifications upon the identification of the passengers, and that's going to take time. And I know that the coroner has people on scene. The coroner himself is en route. That they need to do an investigation. They need to look at the manifest, and they need to confirm the DNA and whatever process the coroner does to confirm the bodies before making an official announcement. And that's up to him.
More people that were supposed to be on board that aircraft on that
That's still under investigation.
I wonder, was Rick Fox supposed to be on that board of that airplane, that helicopter, and why they keep saying he was on board when he wasn't? It's interesting.
Unfortunately, when the firefighter paramedics did a search of the area and identified there were no survivors.
You said it took 8 minutes to arrive on scene. How long did
That's undeterminable at this
you
time.
said it took 8 minutes to get to the scene? How long did it take you to get into the helicopter or to the helicopter itself?
I don't have that information. Magnesium, there's fuel on the helicopter. Magnesium is part of the components that the helicopter is constructed with.
Can you tell us who owned the helicopter?
That I don't know. That's under investigation, and that will be released. That's under investigation, and that will be released at another time. So that's okay. That I don't know. That's under investigation. So I said no.
Hey guys, real quick, I'm Sergeant Grubb from Sheriff's Information
We've
Group.
been listening to Fire Chief Osby there taking
Wow.
some reporters out in the Calabasas area talking about how at 9:47 the fire department got the call about this fire in Calabasas. When they arrived on the scene, they found the helicopter along with a 1/4 acre brush fire, very steep terrain. They couldn't drive up to the area, so firefighters had to hike in, and that's when they began searching for survivors. We're hearing now that there
For work, he was there for work. So I knew he was in that Mamba mentality, but he never made it a bad thing to say hi to him. We would always, just greet greet him, and then let's just say hi, and then we'll just go about our business. And you know, he had things business to take care of, but Kobe was just an amazing athlete and amazing personality for the city of LA. And to be honest, as a person that I met him at work, he seemed like a real down to earth person as well.
Such a family man.
Definitely, yeah. And yeah, I mean, right here, his daughter was there as well, and I think that's the hardest part as well, because she was growing up as let me just
Salute, Zeke
checking,
Black.
Kobe.
The family
Yeah, just checking Kobe's Instagram to see that his daughter was doing so well in basketball, and you know, we thought that we were gonna have a Mamba on the WNBA, so it was very exciting to see that develop. Yeah.
A lot of people have been coming out, such as yourself, for comfort. You know, you can't find the words. It's hard to wrap your head around what's happened. But coming out, seeing the sea of fans, a lot of people wearing Laker jerseys, does this help with the pain?
Absolutely. You know, we have to mourn his passing. I mean, this guy was bigger than life. He helped a lot of children all over the world, Asia, all over Asia, Japan, the Philippines, his Asia tour. And what destroys me is that he had his first baby girl with him. Now she's gone. So, I'm sorry.
And this is what so many fans out here are experiencing. It's not just a Stillman. It's been hard for the media to hold this together. You know, we love Kobe. We all did. The world did. And to know how this all happened with his daughter, also on that helicopter, the other lives that were that perished as well. It's really so difficult even for us to put into words and being out here, but it does help talking to the fans and hearing their memories and knowing that he will live on, that his impact on this community, the world. You have international media here, media from Asia and Australia, to know that he is not someone who will be forgotten, perhaps ever.
Absolutely not. I mean, you know, all the kids around the world, it'll live on for generations to come.
And you nailed it. You know, when this news broke, my son, 12-year-old, ran into the room and said, "Mommy, did you hear about Kobe?" And he had tears in his eyes. It just
See?
transcended generations. You know, we spoke to a 10-year-old girl earlier.
See?
She got choked up. So many people.
So many people, man.
Kobe today.
Yeah, definitely. I was 10 years old when I started watching basketball, and the reason why I started watching was because of Kobe. Just hearing of an 18-year-old coming up, you know, and just watching him do just amazing things. It was just something to watch. It was amazing. Yeah.
If you look back at those hillsides and realize the work that they have right now, investigators to piece this together. We're hearing reports that this could have been because of the fog, unconfirmed if maybe mechanical. What are your questions at this time on how something like this could have happened?
Maybe he was piloting the plane, learning how to fly, and you know, probably just out. Come on, let's go. We're gonna go up. I'm gonna be piloting the plane, and they may have gotten into some kind of trouble. So, you know, I'm gonna miss him, and you know, and his daughter too. That's another reason. You know, I broke down. I couldn't have it, but God bless him and his family right now.
Before we let you both go, your favorite Kobe memory?
His first championship in 2000. When they said he couldn't do it, he was uncoachable. Some people, I won't name any names,
Right.
they said he was uncoachable, but God blessed him with 5 championships.
For real.
His former teammates have been tweeting Shaq. A lot of people still in disbelief.
Yeah, you know, and you know, God bless Shaq too. So I'll hope that everybody comes and pay their respect at the Laker Clipper game this Tuesday. I want to see everybody out there.
Thank you so much. And you have probably so many your favorite Laker memory.
Yeah, you know, just growing up watching Lakers on TV, it was just, you there's so many memories. But personally, just seeing him walk.
So was Kobe Bryant, was Kobe flying? Was he taking flying lessons or something?
Time for certain jerseys. So, before.
Hey, thanks. How you doing, man? Man, you're a big fan, dude. Hey, man, I wanted to ask you real quick. God, you are so much taller than me. I wanted to ask you. Obviously, you were a Laker for a long time, man. Wanted to ask you. Always wanted to know. Does Kobe really take a helicopter into practice?
No,
That was just like an urban legend.
think so.
Did you ever see it like not even one time?
No, not even once.
Hmm. Yeah, man, no doubt, man. But we just wanted to come in and break some of this news, man. Salute, man. We're gonna keep everyone in our prayers, man. Till then, we'll catch y'all on the next one, man. It's definitely Cloud Chaser TV.